Welcome back to Good Morning Interbike. We're here at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center for Good Morning Interbike 2013. We're joined by Mark, the Communications Director from IMBA. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Yeah, great to be here.
So I'm familiar with IMBA,
Yep.
the International Mountain Bicycling Association.
Correct.
But for those people who aren't familiar with IMBA, remind everybody what IMBA is all about.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, IMBA is an association of clubs, and we have about 600 mountain bike clubs around the globe, mostly North America, but truly around the world. Also, we have retail members and corporate supporters, and so we have a nice broad base of support, and it allows us to fulfill our mission of keeping great mountain bike experiences available to as many riders as possible.
You've done this a few times. That was a really nice elevator pitch. It seems to me, at least, that IMBA's been around forever. How old's IMBA now?
Right, so we just hit our 25th anniversary mark, which
Nice.
was a great feeling. That mountain biking's a pretty young sport, right?
Yeah.
You know, and road biking's got a century or more on us, and we're growing rapidly. We're really excited about where the sport is and where IMBA is right now.
And when mountain biking really first gained prominence, at least in the United States, there was a real problem, wasn't there? That was we weren't allowed to ride our bikes off-road.
Yeah, well, and that's the story of IMBA. You know, we were essentially just a collection of 5 NorCal-based mountain bike clubs, and they decided, you know, we're asking for access to trails. We might be heard better if we banded under one banner. And I don't know what they were smoking that night, but they decided to call it the International Mountain Bike Association. And we've...
At the time, delusions of grandeur, but you know, in hindsight,
but,
it was the right thing.
Yeah, I think they get credit for thinking big. And, you know, IMBA now is approaching a $5 million operating budget, and we have 35,000 individual members, maybe 100,000 people that contribute to IMBA on a regular basis. So it's growing and growing, and for a quarter century's work, we feel like we've got some good ticks under our belt already, plenty more challenges ahead.
And so trail access was a real issue in the beginning, remains an issue in some places, and that's a great reason why you're here and why we're all members. But one of the things that I also love that you do is that you also, certify is not the right word, but you recognize communities who are noteworthy when it comes to mountain bicycling, don't you?
Yeah, we have a great program called the Model Trails Program, and the best known component of that is the Epic rides. So Epics, when I look at our statistics from our website at IMBA, the Epic ride pages are always in the very top.
I'm sure.
People love to see these incredible rides that we've recognized, and so we realized that's a really powerful tool to celebrate a well-done ride and trail, and now we've extended it to communities, the Ride Center program, gateway trails that are beginner-friendly trails, and flow trails, which kind of recognizes the movement and gravity-based riding and tries to make it accessible to lots of people. And so those Model Trail Awards, which are just about to come out in our next issue of IMBA Trail News and on our website in a couple weeks, those get a lot of attention and kind of celebrate the best of the best.
I live in one of those communities that you guys have recognized. I live in Park City, Utah, so I mean, I know how important it is to the community. From a tourism standpoint, to be recognized in that way. So that's a big deal.
It is, and Park City is such a great community to celebrate because they embody the idea of working cooperatively. Each of the resorts shares portions of the 500 miles of single track in Park City, but it's all signed consistently. There's no vibe of sort of, you know, our is better than yours, and they actually work really well together. Mountain Trails Foundation, I'm sure you know, based in Park City, does great work. And that's the type of group that IMBA supports all over the world, is a local group that works with their land managers, that gets the community involved in mountain biking and makes it accessible to as many people as possible.
Yeah. What's your focus here at the show? I know you're doing a couple of seminars later today.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to work with Leisure Trends Group, also based in Boulder, where IMBA's headquarters are. And they are helping us provide data, real numbers, to go along with the notion that mountain biking is growing. We're on a nice little upward trend in growth right now. And Leisure Trends does a great job documenting that in these 2 sessions today called Hitting Pay Dirt, 1:30 and 2:30, Coral G. We'll give a really data-driven report on where mountain biking is and might be going. And of course, IMBA is going to claim that some of the great things happening in the sport right now are because people have more and more places to ride. They have more diversity of trails. That lets the very innovative mountain bike products that are out there kind of shine, because If we all had nothing but flat gravel roads to ride mountain bikes on, you wouldn't need 29, you wouldn't need 27, you wouldn't need suspension. You would just have a bunch of vanilla trails. And what we do by providing all the range of mountain bike experiences from beginner friendly to expert only gravity lines is give the great products here at Interbike a chance to shine.
Where would you say, from IMBA's perspective on an advocacy side, where are some of your greatest challenges today?
Well, there's some big ones that we're making some progress on, but national parks, not a lot of people think there's no mountain biking in national parks in the U.S., and in fact we have a partnership agreement in place with NPS for a couple of years now. We have some great pilot projects, and America's national parks are the envy of the world. They're fantastic, and we think a lot of them, not all of them, we're not looking to put a free ride park at the base of El Cap, but there's opportunities to do even more with mountain biking in national parks, so that's a big one. Really the big focus for us in recent years has been to put paid regional staff on the ground and help communities better than ever with the resources and guidance that they need to get the trails that they want in their hometowns. And our member survey that we do with Leisure Trends, the people said that's the number one motivator for me to join an IMBA group, to donate to IMBA. Trails in my backyard, it makes sense. That's what's going to speak to you. It's nice to contribute and think, maybe some place somewhere else is going to get a great trail. It feels a lot better if you think this is going to result in a great trail where I live.
Absolutely. So those are the TIMBYs, the people who want trails in my backyard?
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
Yeah, it sounds good.
If people want to get more involved in IMBA, from the smallest amount to the largest, how can they get involved and what can they do?
Yeah, number one, stay informed. We have a great campaign called Trail Love, so it's imba.com/trail-love, or Trail Love is one word. Either way works. That just gets you connected to our e-newsletters, our action alerts, and lets us start keeping you informed about what's going on. And that starts a conversation that maybe leads to joining us as an individual member, which is affordable and comes with some great benefits, and every member matters to us. When we can walk into a senator's office in Washington, D.C., and say, we have X number of constituents in your state, and they care a lot about trails, well, every time X plus one happens, it makes us a little more effective in that meeting.
And side note, I was talking with a very senior advisor to one of my senators, and I happened to bring it up.
Yep.
And I remembered him telling me, this was a few months ago, and he told me, yeah, those IMBA guys were in our office, and and I thought, wow, that's great. It's really nice to see firsthand the impact that our industry's advocacy groups have in DC. It really does matter.
It does. And like I said, mountain biking is young. We're 25 years old. Just the fact that that type of awareness is happening in Washington, D.C., and of course we have great partners and People for Bikes. We're not the only advocacy group out there, but we do get the meetings increasingly that we think we need to be in, not only with elected officials, but with senior National Park staff, senior Bureau of Land Management staff, Forest Service, all the big land managing agencies. IMBA holds partnership agreements with every federal land managing agency, and of course lots of local ones as well. So we're getting into the meeting, getting the opportunity to talk to the right people, and letting them know that mountain biking is popular and growing and fairly cost effective to invest public money into trail projects and get great returns.
It's a great message. Give everybody your website again.
So it's www.imba.com.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Interbike.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. We will be back with more content from right here at the 2013 Interbike Expo at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Stay subscribed to our YouTube channel. Lots more content to come. Thanks for joining us.